Campaign: Clan Ghost Bear. The Ghost Bears drove straight for their target cities of Spanak and Luk, opposed by the Comguards' 1st Army and the reserve 4th Army. As the senior commander, Presenter Catherine Luarca deployed her 1st Army to engage the Bears upon their landing, leaving only her veteran 103rd Division, Truth and Communication, to defend Spanak. Fearing that the green troops of the 4th Army would break facing Clan Omnimex in the field, she assigned the 4th to garrison Luk. The 4th Army's commander, Presenter Tolliver, disagreed with this arrangement but respected Luarca's superior experience and so did not lodge a formal complaint with the Presenter Marshal. The Ghost Bears split their forces, landing Alpha Galaxy in the hills above Spanak, while Beta and Delta Galaxies landed near Luk. Both forces landed unopposed, but would suffer hit-and-run attacks as they advanced. The 1st Army's 308th Division, Clarity of Thought, did little to slow the veteran forces of Alpha Galaxy, and Beta Galaxy decimated the 121st Division Greybacks. The 91st and 12th Divisions of the 1st Army fared better, trapping Delta Galaxy's 20th Polar Bear attack cluster in the outskirts of the Hulk Forest and inflicting heavy losses on the Clan troops. This skirmish turned the tide in the Bears' push for Luk and forced Beta and Gamma Galaxies to withdraw. The 91st Division then fell back to assist in the defence of Spanak, but it had hardly managed to enter the city before Alpha Galaxy took up positions in the suburbs. The Bears settled in to hold Spanak under siege until reinforcements from the failed attack at Luk arrived. Unfortunately for the clans, the Comguards 12 waylaid those reinforcements in a brilliant ambush, setting fire to the Hulk Forest and attacking Beta Galaxy's 7th Bear Guards as they fled from the burning woods. When the exhausted 7th did finally break free of the Inferno, they ran down wide paths cut through the woods to the hills beyond. By entering these corridors, the Bears fell to devastating short-range fire from dug-in forces of the 12th. To a man, the overheated Ghost Bear mechs died in the forest. Meanwhile, the Comguards had trouble on other fronts. The troops of the 91st Division failed to achieve a proper defensive position in Spanak, and the arrival of Beta and Delta Galaxy troops at the siege enabled the Ghost Bears to overrun the 91st and capture most of its supply caches intact. Predicting the imminent fall of the city, the Presenter Marshal ordered Presenter Luarca to pull her 103rd Division out of Spanak. The Ghost Bears took the city, but soon faced a counterattack from 2 divisions of the 4th Army. Garrisoned at Luk, the 4th Army divisions had seen little combat in the Battle of Tukayyid and so arrived at Spanak fresh and ready for action. With the 4th Army raining artillery fire on the city and the remnants of the 91st and 12th Divisions raiding the suburbs, the Bear Khans chose to leave Beta and Delta Galaxies to hold Spanak, while Alpha Galaxy mustered for an assault on Luk. At Luk, Alpha Galaxy tore into the remaining divisions of the 4th Army with all the ferocity of Clan Bear's namesake. Despite the Comguards' superior numbers, the 4th came close to breaking, until Presenter Luarca redeemed herself by leading her 103rd Division and the remaining elements of the 308th in an attack against Alpha Galaxy's main supply depot. The assault forced the Bears to pull back to defend their supplies. Though the 50th Strike Cluster did manage to enter Luk's suburbs, the Clan troops lacked the force needed to take the city. Alpha Galaxy fought off a raid by reinforcements from the Comguards' 1st Army, but they suffered such high losses in doing so that the Bear Khans reluctantly ordered a withdrawal back to Spanak. At this point, the Ilkhan declared an end to the Ghost Bear campaign. Knowing that they lacked the strength to take Luk from the fresh Comguard troops stationed there, the Bear Khans raised no objection. The Battle of Tukayyid had already ended in defeat for several of the other clans, and so if the Bears continued to fight, the Comguards could easily shift enough forces from other combat theatres to drive the clan from Spanak. Rather than lose all that they had gained, the Ghost Bears withdrew, while they could still claim victory. The Presenter Marshal also welcomed the end of the Bear campaign. Though the Comguards had lost to these particular clan opponents, their forces' departure from Tukayyid left the 1st and 4th Armies free to turn against the hard-fighting Jade Falcons. Because the Ghost Bears captured Spanak, breached defences at Luk, and inflicted somewhat greater losses than they'd sustained, Ilkhan Kerensky and Presenter Marshal Focht agreed that they had won a marginal victory over the Comguards. Pummeling the Polar Bears. Sudden death. MechWarrior Aurora stomped along the muddy path in her Timberwolf, griping over her comline to MechWarrior Lewis, her comrade-in-arms and constant companion since their years in the Sibco. "This is boring, Lewis. We're supposed to be fighting the most dangerous warriors in the Inner Sphere to decide the fate of Terra, and all that I've seen so far are squirrels and rabbits. Small, timid woodland creatures are not my idea of worthy opponents. Lewis laughed. Patience, Ara, patience. I'm sure that you will get to fight the Comguard battle mechs before too long. They surely would not surrender the field simply to deprive you of combat. Laugh all you want to, Lewis, but I wish to see our enemy. This battle is unnatural. If our foes had any honour, they would show themselves rather than playing this game of hide and search. Yes, Lewis broke off with a muttered curse. What is it, Lewis? I seem to have stepped into a small hole. It threw me a little off balance. Now must we add gophers to our list of opponents, Quiath? Ath. An Atlas burst from the earth beneath Lewis's Mad Dog in a shower of dirt clods, throwing his Omnimech to the ground, the huge enemy machine towering over him as it bent to train its massive cannon and laser array on the Mad Dog's cockpit. As Aurora twisted her Timberwolf madly and reached blindly for her firing studs, all that she could think was, be careful what you wish for. Situation. Foothills near Luk, Tukayyid. Through Bachal, the Ghost Bear's elite 20th Polar Bear attack cluster had won the right to serve as Delta Galaxy's vanguard in the advance on Luk. After advancing through the whole forest virtually unopposed, Beta and Delta Galaxies marched into the foothills around Luk, with Delta Galaxy in the lead. Suddenly, Comguard mechs exploded from the earth in the centre of the 20th formation. They dug out foxholes and recovered them with a thin layer of fresh sod, preventing Clan sensors and visual observers from seeing any sign of enemy forces. A forest inferno, out of the frying pan. Exhausted and more frightened than he cared to admit, Star Commander Matthew keyed open his mech command frequency. Star Captain, we've found the 12th Division. They're dug into prepared positions just beyond the edge of the forest. They appear to have cut lanes through the trees to their bunkers. If we advance down those lanes, their forces can rake our mechs with heavy fire all the way. Star Captain Mert Foster swore, then issued his orders. Form ranks and charge. Star Captain, we've run ahead of the fire in these woods for more than 3 hours. My people are tired, and our Omnimechs are running hot. If we attack now, we will surely lose. Star Commander, you would advise me to order a withdrawal back into the woods, Quiath. Ath, with their inferior heat sinks, the Comguards cannot follow us. We can leave them sitting in their holes and join the rest of our galaxy for the assault on Spanak. No, Star Commander Matthew, our Khans will not allow a Desgra unit to fight for Spanak, and your counsel to withdraw is nothing but a petty euphemism for retreat. You would disgrace us, Star Commander. I will not. Better to die fighting than to act like cowardly Inner Sphere scum. You will charge as ordered, or I will kill you myself. Situation. Hull Forest, Tukayyid. The Comguards forced the Bear's Beta and Delta Galaxies to retreat from their advance toward Luk, and the 7th Bear Guards were assigned to cover the withdrawal. The Comguards prepared an ambush along the Bear's projected line of retreat, using the primary tactic of setting the whole forest on fire. Fortunately for Clan Ghost Bear, most of Beta and Delta Galaxies had already retreated into the hills near Spanak, so the Comguards' trap caught only the hapless 7th Bear Guards. The 7th Guards fled before the blazing wall of fire, wondering what had happened to the enemy's 12th Division. Many of the Bear mech warriors consoled themselves with the thought that if the Comguards attacked while the Clan Omnimechs were running hot, the Omnimechs' double heatsinks would give them the edge in such a battle. As the minutes passed and no enemy division appeared, the fleeing clansmen told themselves that the fire was simply another Comstar harassment tactic. When the 7th Guards finally broke through the burning forest, they found the 12th Division waiting for them. Spanak. City under siege. Darkest hour. Presenter Catherine Luarca turned from her monitors, startled by the voice that crackled over her comline. Presenter Luarca, your command at Spanak is about to be overrun. Alpha Galaxy is poised to seize the 91st main supply depot, and Beta and Delta Galaxies are within minutes of joining the attack. Why haven't you reported your situation? Luarca gulped. Presenter Marshal. Yes, Catherine, because you're a senior officer, I have left you to your own devices, but this situation is dire. You should have contacted Mr. Hettig with a status report. I'll divert another battalion from Clarity of Thought to defend the depot, so we can hold it. No, you can't. I can see far more than you can, and I tell you that you cannot deploy sufficient forces to the depot quick enough to retain control. I'm scanning your available units now, and... He broke off, then continued, his voice suddenly sharpened by confusion and dismay. What happened to the First Army? These troop figures cannot be accurate. LoreWarrior took a deep breath before answering. I'm afraid they are, sir. I kept the 4th Army in reserve at Luck and used the 1st to engage the enemy as they advanced. I knew the 4th would not hold the line against the power of the Clan Omnimex, and we would have lost Luck. So instead you have lost Spanak and splintered your seasoned force, leaving only the untried troops of the 4th to defend Luck. We can only hope they hold. Sir, we have not lost Spanak. My division is untouched. I swear in Blake's own blessed name, we can hold. We shall hold. No, Presenter, I fear not. You lack sufficient strength to withstand all 3 of the Ghost Bear galaxies. You must withdraw from the city at once. Use what's left of the 91st to cover your retreat. LoreWarrier's voice caught. She said, You're certain of this, Anastasia? Completely. Then I will do as you say. I am sorry. Vocht signed in gentlest tone. Don't blame yourself, Catherine. It's too late for that, and we can't afford to lose your leadership skills now. You may even have been right. The 4th might well have failed, had you thrown them to the bears. For now, just get out Spanak. And Catherine? Yes, Anastasius? If you truly want to stop the Ghost Bears, destroy their supply lines. Use what's left of the 1st to hit them when they move on Luck. Situation, Spanak, Tukayyid. While Beta and Delta galaxies attempted to take Luck, Alpha Galaxy easily drove through the Comguards' 308th Division, Clarity of Thought, and established positions in the suburbs of Spanak. The 91st Division barely managed to fight its way through the Ghost Bear lines to link up with the 103rd Truth in Communication in order to defend the city. As the Comguards attempted to deploy throughout Spanak, Alpha Galaxy continued to pound the 91st. The Ghost Bear Khans were determined to seize the Comstar supply caches in order to gain enough parts and ammunition to keep their offensives going. When a Clan aerospace recon team reported a lightly guarded supply depot near the edge of the city, the Bears quickly moved to seize it. LoreWarrier's revenge. Unexpected heroes. Star Captain Lee made his rounds as briskly as he could in his sluggish Rifleman 2C, which he had affectionately dubbed the Infernal Machine. Lee knew exactly why the Clan Khans had allowed him to bid his trinary into the Tukayyid invasion force. They intended his presence as an insult to both Comstar and the other clans. By including reserve trinary Echo 4, the Khans were saying, See, we fear these Comguards so little that we send freebirths in standard battle mechs against them. Therefore, his unit's assignment to garrison the captured Comguards' supply depot at Spanak had come as no surprise. The rest of the galaxy had joined Delta in patrolling the outer edges of Spanak. He envied them, of course. At least they might achieve honour and glory in combat. Lee consoled himself with the thought that protecting a vital supply centre probably did more good for the clan than any feat of frontline battle. He repeatedly told himself that as he continued his attempts to keep his apathetic warriors on high alert. Suddenly, his comms cracked to life. Reserve Trinary Echo 4, Comguard forces have breached the outer city defences and are headed toward your position. Repeat, Comguard units are headed your way. Situation, outskirts of Spanak, Tukayyid. Presenter Catherine LoreWarrior swore that she would make up for her failure to defend Spanak, and while the remnants of the 91st and 12th Divisions tied down Beta and Delta galaxies with raids on the city's outskirts, Presenter LoreWarrior combined the remaining units of the 308th with her own 103rd Division to bring the 103rd back up to full strength. Once Alpha Galaxy left Spanak to invade Luck, the Presenter smashed through Delta Galaxy, leaving her division slower and heavier mechs behind to delay pursuit, while the rest swept toward the captured supply depot. Intelligence reports indicated that only Clan reserve mechs defended the depot, and Presenter LoreWarrior intended to give the Ghost Bears second-line garrison a big surprise.